Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Today we're going to look at verse 7, and verse 7, as I said at the beginning of our study, is kind of a repeat of the very first verse, and it's also really picks up the theme of the entire psalm. So, verse 7 not only is a conclusion, it really ties a knot in the whole thing because it takes this idea of blessing, which we've had, as I mentioned yesterday, over and over and over. We had the Aaronic blessing there repeated in verse 1, and then that blessing then is distributed to all the world, all the nations of the world, all the men of the world. The saving health, the way known in the earth, the saving health among us all the nations, and the people praising God, and God judging righteously and governing the nations. All of this is blessing. And then the earth bringing forth her increase. That's blessing. And then we ended yesterday with God, even our God, shall bless us. So we started with blessing, and now we're concluding with blessing. And you'll notice, again, God shall bless us. So we're repeating exactly what we had there at the end. God, our God, shall bless us. God will bless us. And that's the way we begin verse 7 today. So let me read for you, before I go on any further, let me read verse 7. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. Kind of feels like you need a Selah there, doesn't it? So that's verse 7. Again, we're picking up on that theme of blessing, which saturates the entire psalm, this idea of blessing. Blessing for God's people, blessing for all the men of the world, blessing upon the earth itself, because the earth, because of the blessing of God, increases its produce and brings it forth. So there's blessing there as well. So God shall bless us. I guess maybe what we ought to do then is kind of identify this word blessing. And it just means that the goodness of God is shed abroad upon his people. And all of these ways are the ways in which that happens. And then we have the second phrase there in verse 7, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. The Hebrew divides this verse into three phrases. We have God will bless us. That's the first phrase. As a matter of fact, we have a very definite accent mark right there at the end of that phrase, which gives us a break. And then we have the conjunction, and they shall fear him. So that's the second phrase. And then the third phrase in the Hebrew text is all the ends of the earth. So the they refers, there in that second phrase, they shall fear him, refers back to all the people, all the nations, and, just everybody. So everyone is fearing him. And when it says all the ends of the earth, there in that third phrase in verse 7, that tells us that it's from the rising of the sun to the setting of the same. It's everyone in the world. There's nowhere because there's no middle where this blessing stops. It's all of the earth. All of the earth will be blessed. All of the earth will fear him. Why? Because of his blessing, because of his mercy, because of his help, because he causes his face to shine upon us, because he gives us saving health among all the nations and shows us his way. All of this is blessing that comes from the Lord, and because of that, all the ends of the earth will fear him. So they're not afraid of God because of who he is. They're fearing him because they're showing respect to the blessing that they have received from him. God shall bless us. Ladies and gentlemen, let all the ends of the earth fear him. Join me again next time as we look at Psalm 68 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.